Good night and welcome to the Better Than Bad Show.
The only show on YouTube that has subscribers on Alpha Centauri. I'm Cletus.
I'm Corey. And tonight, we're talking about space. It's everywhere.
You got personal space, you got outer space. There's no escaping space.
Never.
And tonight, while we discuss space, we'll be drinking what is a staple on our show, the Salty Dog.
Classic.
Still got some gin left over from a couple episodes ago. Devotees of the show will know that it is gin, white grapefruit juice, and a splash of salt.
Splash.
You just can't go wrong with
You cannot.
It's just delicious.
It's so good. So space, we got some facts. We did some research on our own just to try and find some stuff that we didn't know about.
If I'm not mistaken, though, before we go on to space, we have a message from another land. I believe it's called Hyrule.
You're damn right about that.
I see how I
Breath of
segued
the
you.
Wild just came out. It is so good. I love it.
I half expected to find you masturbating on the couch to it when I showed up tonight to film.
It was just about there.
I thought it might have been.
You weren't far off. No, but it's a beautiful game, super open world. Just I can't get enough of it. But
Well, you are a Zelda freak.
if that's the word you want to use, a freak, yes.
That's the word I wanted to use.
But yeah, no, get that game. Get a Switch if you can, but they're all sold out, so you kind of gotta wait.
If you have one for sale, Corey's looking.
No. I'm patient.
No, you're not.
Oh, I have the game, so I'm not stressing that hard.
You just want to be able to take it to work.
Woo! Yeah, no, that's the cool part. But what are you gonna do? You gotta wait another few weeks or a month. I'll get one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So space, man.
Space.
Yeah, you've told me about you really want to talk about space because these new planets.
Space just fascinates me because
In general,
just trying to wrap your brain around the size of space alone is actually
How
considered
much is
impossible.
there? Yeah.
Like you cannot actually fathom how large space actually is. And like I did some facts when we did our supernatural episode.
Close Encounters.
That's right. Yeah. I did those because my only close encounter was a possible UFO sighting, and so I did space facts. And then like a week ago, I think they announced that NASA has confirmed that there are 7 new Earth-sized planets.
Where at?
Orbiting. It's like 40 million light years away.
Oh, okay. So just a stone throw.
In terms of space, yes, it's a hop, skip, and a jump away. But so they found those, and I was just really interested. I really love listening to that Neil deGrasse Tyson talk. He's just he's so smart. I mean, he's beyond me how smart he is, and the way he can explain it in such a way that like he was on Joe Rogan and kind of laid out some stuff. But they actually believe that like if we could get to these planets, that there's possibility of life because it's the largest subsect of planets that have been found orbiting a single star. And so
okay. So it's like the most replicated looking one?
Yes, and they believe that there are 3 planets within the 7-planet belt that could contain water. They're rock.
Ooh, that's awesome.
They're rock planets, which is what we are, not like a gaseous planet.
Mm-hmm.
And so they believe that they hold the right. They said that all 7 could possibly hold life, but
that would be awesome.
They definitely believe that these 3, like, just crazy what they can come up with. So some space facts for you people. Try to wrap your brain around these.
Yeah,
I believe you have a whole bunch.
I do. I got a good few. But outer space is estimated to contain over 300 sextillion stars.
Sextillion.
That's 7 commas. If you're wondering how many zeros there are, so it's pretty damn big.
Big ass number.
Yeah, so try and wrap your head around that because what is sextillion? Like I've never even heard that until I looked at that sextillion.
I think
I think there's a quintillion, isn't there?
There is a quintillion.
Yeah. See, I don't know.
5. It's 5. Yeah, because then sext is 6, I believe.
Oh, okay. So it's always around there.
And then what? Sept is 7. Yes. Whoa. Yes, Whoa. Game of Thrones, the Septums.
The Sept.
Priests of the Holy 7. Come on.
It all makes
know
sense.
Your prefixes and suffixes, people. It'll help you learn your English. I've got to get you just around our own sun.
Okay.
Like how large our sun is. Our sun actually encapsulates like 98.5% of all of the mass in the solar system.
Just our system?
Yeah, just our system. Our 8 planets and the sun. The sun is 98.5% of the mass. That's how large the sun is. It would take 1 million Earths to fill up and make the sun. We would have to have 1 million Earths balled together
to make
something the size of the sun.
Yes, Kayla.
As of right now, we're back to 9 planets.
9 planets.
Oh, did they give us Pluto back?
We got Pluto.
Pluto's back, baby.
All right.
Pluto's back. Thank you, Rick and Morty. There's an episode where, like, Plutonians come down where this dumbass dude is like, I think Pluto's a planet. And they're like, no, you idiot. They made that not a planet. And they're like, I still think it's a planet. They can't just not make it a planet. And then all of a sudden, this alien spaceship comes and takes them out. And they're like, you're our favorite person. You think Pluto's a planet.
Actually, I have a list of people on Twitter came up with names for the planets, and I didn't write this one down, but one of them was like, Pluto. Seriously, Pluto. And all 7 planets were something to do with Pluto, because they were like, bring it back.
Well, good. It is back now.
It's funny that we went back to 9. I can't believe how they, like, and that's funny, because Neil deGrasse Tyson was just talking about how he was one of the guys who came up with the equation. He was like a group of people who proved that Pluto was not a planet because its gravity well is not big enough.
Well, he was just reproven wrong. Maybe they got a better telescope to go look at it.
And I have no idea. It's something about they can
How
measure.
do those telescopes work, though? How do they get so that narrow to where they can actually see planets and get those pictures?
Huge, the telescopes.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like, it's still nuts that you can see that far.
And they also have to be in, like, Antarctica, someplace where there's no lights. Mm-hmm. You can get that clear sky. But yeah, no, I have no idea how they make something so big. He was trying to explain how they can measure, like, finding, because you've heard about the 10th planet, right?
Yeah. No, you were talking something about that, yeah.
The 10th planet is supposed to be, like, 10 times the size of Earth, and all they can see is that there's this gravity well drop-off after you get out beyond Pluto. Mm. And the well is so deep that they calculate how big, but they can't see it.
Right.
With telescopes, and so they have no idea about it, but they're just like, it draws so much gravity that it's like, and it's so far away that it's over like 100 times farther away than Pluto is from the sun, from Pluto. Okay. So that's how far away they're like, it may not even technically, it could just be another star.
Yeah, that may or may not even be there anymore.
So just weird. I mean, how large space is. I mean, it takes, I think it's 2.5 to 3 years to get to Mars, and that's our closest planet by our sublight, whatever.
Right. At the speed that we can get there right now, until we figure out light speed.
Yeah. That's another thing. Getting ready to go to Mars. We don't know our own planet yet. We can't figure out the true cause of global warming. No one's ever concretely ever said it.
Ice Age.
I think our planet just goes through cycles. Cycling. And I definitely believe that humans have affected the planet. We can't think that we haven't.
In more ways than one, I'm sure.
Dams are a terrible thing for our planet. Lawns, I was talking about the other day, are one of the worst things for our planet because of how much water it takes to have your nice green grass out in front of your house. But we don't know so much about the ocean. We just discovered the giant squid like less than a decade ago.
Yeah, and that was
confirmed that, oh yeah, it's there. The fucking Kraken still exists. And we don't know squat about our own planet, and yet we're like, we're going to fucking Mars.
I saw something the other day of like this thing that washed up on a beach, and it looked like it was like a giant furry animal. It looked like Falcor died and washed up on shore, and it looked literally like his hair, but just all matted and stuff. You're like, okay,
Sully Sullivan from Monsters Inc.
Right? Oh my god. So, in space, metals, if they stick to one another in outer space, that's called cold welding.
Yeah,
if they're the same type of metal.
2 pieces of iron.
They just shink and then just meld.
It's so crazy. Yeah, they said that the only reason that doesn't happen on our planet is because there's water molecules in the air, and the air molecules
creates a space.
Creates a barrier that you never complete. But out in the vacuum of space, because I read that same thing. I didn't write that one down, but yeah, that was a trip. Because they then explained that like there's residual ozone on the tools that astronauts use. Because I was like, well, I've seen video of the astronauts up there working on shit. How did it not just fuse together? And then I read on in the article and went, I see.
Yeah. And the ships are all made because that's like a super intense thing to know. Because if they have metals touching when they're like taking off in space, or when they're trying to detach and then things touch and get stuck to one another, kind of fuck up their stuff. But the engineers know about it, so hope they know how to build it. They can get those ships up there without fucking them up too much.
Jupiter actually has something on it called the Great Red Spot. It's visible by our telescopes.
Okay.
And it's a fucking hurricane that has been raging for over 300 years.
Jesus, 300 years. That's
and it's
an awesome
massive.
hurricane.
And it's fucking massive. It can be seen on a telescope. You can literally see it sitting there swirling.
Oh, that's cool.
It's, yeah. And
nice.
then I can't remember I'm trying to remember what planet it was because I didn't write it down, but I want to say it might be Pluto even, has winds that go up to 1,600 miles an hour.
Fly a kite in that song.
Oh my god, it'd fly you like a kite.
Be worth it. Sweet trip. In outer space, there's a planet that is completely made of diamonds. What is it called? 55 Cansari E.
Cansari E?
Cansari E, completely made of diamonds. Think about that. There are people that are just like getting off to that. How much money would that planet be worth? But I actually learned something about diamonds. That diamonds were... Oh, yeah. Were you talking to me about this, too? How they're fake?
It was Adam Ruins Everything. Actually did engagement rings. And I watched it and went, what the fuck? They showed how before, I think it was the 20s, diamonds weren't really valuable. They were, they were used in jewelry and stuff like that. But they didn't have the draw that they do now until the De Beers Corporation, which owns like 95% of the diamond mines on our planet.
Bastards.
They stockpile diamonds in huge warehouses to create a cause and effect of supply and demand so that they can jack the prices up. And
they say that there's so many, but how many are there really?
Then they started doing an ad campaign to convince women that if men did not get them a diamond, basically your guy was a schlub. And... you weren't really having a true marriage without that diamond, and so slowly it became this thing that men just had to do, getting diamonds. But yeah, they're actually
like white dresses and stuff like that.
The white dress was pretty ridiculous too. But yeah, they actually hold very little value. If you try to go sell your diamond, you're not gonna get what you paid for it. It's pretty crazy.
Well, good. There's a planet made of diamonds, so...
De Beers probably already has a flagship heading out there right now.
Put a flag on top of it.
They're just going to destroy it.
Now there's really no more. Shit.
I talked about what made me want to do this episode was the 7 new planets, and I thought that was really cool. And so I already gave you the facts off of it, but Twitter came up with some names. People posted their own stuff, and so I have a couple... one guy came up with Sleepy, Happy, Dopey, Sneezy, Grumpy, Bashful, and Doc, the 7 dwarves. I thought that was pretty cool since they are orbiting a dwarf star.
That's awesome.
I thought that was pretty clever of the guy.
That's very clever.
It came up because I guess last year the British Royal Navy was launching a new ship. And so they put it out to the internet to let people vote, and the number 1 name was Bodie McBoatface. Which, of course, they said they were not going to use.
How dare they?
I hate it when people put out that kind of stuff where you're like, we're going to let the internet decide. And then how do you not expect ridiculousness to come from it?
It's anywhere it's going to get them.
4chan caught a hold of that...
the Miley Cyrus
No,
thing?
it wasn't Miley. With Taylor Swift. It was Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Where should she go to have a concert?
It was the New York City School for the Deaf. I find it really insulting as someone who was partially deaf that she did not show up.
How dare
and
she?
Play at that school.
They at least wanted to see her.
Yeah,
they know what you. They can at least feel the music, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you play it up loud enough.
Yeah, sure.
Have you seen that there's a place, I think it's in New York, I could be wrong, but they actually designed an entire club for people who are deaf where the walls and the floor and the ceiling is all hooked up to lights and vibrations so they can play music and like club music and everything in there interacts with all your other senses. So all these people who are deaf are literally partying like they're at a club. Pretty awesome. And it's where you stand depends on what part of the music you're hearing, basically, and it's super cool. It's very, very cool.
That is really fucking cool. Who knew?
I got a couple more here. You got pride, lust, gluttony, greed, sloth, envy, and wrath.
Hell yeah. That's good.
What's in the box? What's in the box? I loved that one. That one cracked me up. This one was actually my favorite. This one, that one, the other one, no, that one, more to the left, to my left, and I'll forget it. I thought that one was great. And then I saved the last one for you because you'll love this one the most.
Oh, yay.
Hoth, Tatooine, Endor, Bespin, Naboo, Dagobah, and Mustafa.
Ooh. No Tatooine.
I said Tatooine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, Tatooine. Number 2.
Oh, that was the first. No, it's my bad. Sorry.
It's like
I didn't hear
Hoth,
for
Tatooine. You were too busy celebrating Hoth.
I was. Because Hoth is awesome.
Alderaan still doesn't get.
Alderaan. Well, it blowed up.
It blowed up. Blowed up.
They blowed it up. You did. Let's see. What do I got? A star located 750 light years from Earth is shooting water out of its north and south poles. 100 million times the water flowing down the Amazon River every second.
Wow.
That's a shit ton of water.
And like, it's
just
spraying out into space, basically?
It's like a vacuum's happening to where it's just vortexing out and just shooting water.
How big is this planet to still be able to shoot out that much water?
And is it just like the gases combining to make the water molecules to spit it back out, and then it's just kind of cycling back? Like,
and then going back in? Yeah, that's...
There's a lot of shit into that. It's
that's
interesting.
A trip.
They've got pictures of it. It looks crazy. It's just like, what? There's like a crazy tornadoes coming off both ends of it.
That's pretty insane.
Yeah, I dig it.
I mentioned the Mars expedition. When I first heard about it, a small part of me really wanted to join the Mars expedition.
But, I don't know.
No.
They'd get there and be like, all right.
I didn't realize how they were going to do it. The way they're actually going to do it is really stupid to me.
Oh. Good. Go Mars. NASA.
We go Mars. It's not NASA. NASA has nothing to do with it. This is a private group that has gotten together with investors to create.
And they're making some third-party fucking spaceship?
Basically, yeah. Hey, and if you think about it, though, it's probably going to turn out better than NASA, because NASA has their spaceships built by the lowest bidder.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, they take bids, and so it's the lowest person. They make a joke about it on Armageddon, where he's like, we're sitting on a machine with so many thousands of gallons of explosive rocket fuel with 100,000 moving parts built by the lowest bidder. Doesn't that make you feel safe?
Oh, I'm so glad we're going into space. Oh.
But they're going to send up a spaceship, and it's going to have, like, drones on it, basically, remote-controlled automated like forklifts and stuff. So it's going to land, and then these forklifts are going to be controlled and build like the environment for the astronauts. And then like the next year or 2 years after, they're going to send up 4 people.
That's it?
Yeah, they're sending 4 people. Then after the 4 people are there,
isn't that Martian movie? Didn't they send 4 people in Mars and then they left Matt Damon on the plane?
They left Matt Damon. I never saw that movie, actually.
That's what happened. He got left on the planet, and he had to survive like a whole year by himself on Mars.
A little crazy.
Yeah.
Go Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
He made Matt Damon. He made plant life on Mars. He survived. Sorry, Matt Damon.
I don't know him. Fuck him.
Yeah,
so,
it's got good movies.
After that, then they're going to send up another like supply ship with more environment. The other 4 astronauts are going to get to build more of the environment, and then they're going to send up like 4 more people.
Thank God.
And so the guys get to spend like a year. For 4 years. You get like 50 square feet is your living space.
Yes.
And then they said that the first 4 astronauts will have double the space after they build the second environment until the other astronauts come to join them. But
that's what's sad.
I think Joe Rogan said it best when he was like, they've chosen the 4 people who are going to be the first to die on Mars. Because all it takes is the smallest thing. Right. A little tiny mini asteroid fucking goes through your environment tent, and now you have no oxygen and you die. The fucking oxygen pump stops working.
What do? And you're dead. Oh
there's just so many ways.
And there's variables, man.
There's no coming back. Once you take off and you're like past the moon, bye. You can't slingshot back around the moon and come back. Nope. You're gone. Enjoy Mars.
It's not like you have an Ace Hardware.
Right.
Pandorum, bro.
I've been waiting this whole episode.
I've been trying to hold it
for the Pandorum. Just
Pandorum. It's gonna happen. Watch. I guarantee it one day.
We were talking about outside if they came up with those suspensor wheelchairs. We fully believe that Wall-E would happen.
Wall-E would definitely. I guarantee that shit would happen. If there's a hover wheelchair and then you can like get fucking your tablets on it and shit, people are gonna just not get.
They've already got a potty training potty for toddlers, that the whole design is you sit and it's got a stand for your iPad, so that while they're potty training, they can play on the iPad.
That just doesn't seem sanitary at all.
Why? Then, yeah, they pick it up and they're like, well, I just pooed.
Haven't you seen those commercials where, like, the little kid's running with his fucking little toilet training toilet and it's sloshing all over the place? He's like, Mom, I went potty. And the mom's just like, oh, God.
Good.
Oh, God.
Good.
Can't yell at you. Just get the bleach. Just get the bleach.
That is fucking terrible.
Oh, it's frightening.
Okay. There's over 500,000 pieces of space junk in our solar system. Yeah. Just in ours.
I actually read somewhere there's like flecks of paint from stuff that has eroded, and yeah.
Do they count that as one thing?
Yeah, I think they do.
A fleck of paint?
A fleck of paint.
Well, then that doesn't make the number that
one
big.
One of the most famous pieces of space junk is contended on whether or not it's space junk or
What?
art.
Okay, what is this piece of space junk?
It's called the Black Knight.
The Black Knight. What is that?
Mm-hmm. It is a piece of
scratch.
It is a piece of what NASA claims is space junk, but what a lot of other people claim is too structured to just be some sort of junk.
Okay.
But it's supposedly been orbiting Earth for, the scientists have agreed, between around 13,000 years.
Wow.
And it's something that they confirm is there, have seen. NASA swears up and down it's just space junk, but scientists and other people say that it's too structured to just be a piece of junk that's floating out there for no reason.
What is it?
Very conspiracy theory.
Mm-hmm.
Until we get a spaceship that can actually stop and kind of like
Follow it and
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Too bad. One day.
I got my own space.
One day.
I was telling you when you mentioned up the space junk that Japan had actually tried to come up with a space junk collector. They built a ship that was supposed to go up into space, and then it was going to unfurl this big net and basically just go along and collect space junk and then lead it out of our gravity well.
Uh-huh.
It failed when it tried to unfold, and so is now floating
As
a
another piece of
space
space
junk.
junk. How beautiful is that? God damn it. People are so dumb.
Oh, I loved that one. That one was great. I was just like, yes. You just added to the pile.
What are the ones I got in here? Oh, yeah, if you cry in space, your tears don't fall. They just kind of float around. They just like, they stay right in the hair, or they'll just like kind of bubble up near your eyes, which would get annoying as fuck.
Right.
Honestly, it's like,
Shaking your head.
don't
to
be a
get rid of
bitch
them.
and don't cry. Don't be, I want to go home. No.
I think they test for that in like NASA. They're like, nah, sorry, too much of a bitch.
I'm sure they have to. Yeah.
Well, you do go through a lot of like psych evals and things.
I want to get in that like gravity spin thing.
Oh God.
It's just
How many
like
G's
what?
you think you could handle?
I don't know. I could handle a lot of G's.
Think you could handle a lot of G's?
I can handle a lot of G's. However many G's they can give me until I explode. Well, I don't want to explode.
I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure at like 10 G's, you're like start crushing
Like
organs. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think roller coasters hit.
I'll start with
roller
the
coasters
solid
only hit
5
like
G's.
2 G's,
and
maybe
see
3.
where I go from there. 5 first, though.
I would think that's like a like flying in like an F-16. When you like hard bank, I think is around 5 G's. I could be dead wrong. It might be much
That'd be
lower
awesome.
than that, but
So cool to be in a jet. That'd be crazy.
oh, I
So
don't
much
know.
fun. I like flying and stuff. I don't have a problem with planes.
I've only flown twice. I flew to Vegas and back. That was it. 45 minutes both ways.
Oh, yeah. Flying to Hawaii was fun.
You can play Battleship with people on the plane, man.
Did you know that? There's that, like, the screens on it, and me and my brother were, like, fucking way off, but we could play with each other and play Battleship the whole way. Yeah. Awesome.
did you
Sinking ships when we're in the air.
Like, did you sink his battleship?
I did.
Nice.
I did. Every time.
Nice.
He's bad
Very
at it.
classic. Oh man, no, it just trips me out. Like we're talking about conspiracy theories.
Oh
God.
my God, conspiracy theories.
Caleb might have an answer
Caleb.
for us.
I looked up your G's question.
Yes,
G's.
There is.
How many G's can we stand?
It said traditionally maximum permitted for people to go up against is about 10 G's.
Hey.
However, at one point there is an isolated incident where one guy from the Air Force, John Stapp,
Okay.
Poor guy.
was demonstrated to survive withstanding 46.2 G's.
Jesus.
It only went for a few seconds, but for an instant, his body weighed over 7,700 pounds.
Oh my god!
That's fucking insane.
Damn. Jesus. That's a lot. He's a heavy guy.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about obese. Fuck.
That's 7,000 pounds.
Good
Can
lord.
you imagine the weight of that? Oh.
That probably felt real good.
Like
And
they clarified, it was seconds, literally.
Yeah.
Seconds.
Yo, yeah, it would have to be, or
Uh-huh.
you
Or
would
else
start
you'd be
destroying
split.
yourself.
Oh, in the last few years, scientists have been studying a dust cloud near the center of the Milky Way galaxy. If there's a god out there, it seems that he's decided to get creative because this dust cloud, it tastes like rum. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry.
What?
It smells of rum and tastes like raspberries because of the weird, there's like a chemical in it that makes raspberries have its specific taste, and it has a rum have the specific smell. I forget. It's like it's a weird sulfate. But you can't eat this dust cloud because there's also, I think, cyanide in the cloud, so...
You're screwed if you love rum and raspberries. Don't ever go there, or it's just going to be human torture.
Still, though, it's pretty cool.
Fuck it, I'm going to see what...
Death.
Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. I just love some of the conspiracy theories, like the people who believe that we never went to the moon. Like, we didn't go to the moon.
We might not have.
I'm pretty sure we went to the damn moon.
I've heard the theory that we didn't go to the moon in the year that we did,
But we went later.
we did later. Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure we did. It'd just be so hard to fake how many thousands of people would. Because you know the old saying, fucking.
It was a Hollywood setup.
Yeah, Kubrick did it.
Yeah,
I've heard that
Kubrick
too.
did it.
But back to Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was talking about it and was saying that he was like, look, the only reason we went to the moon, because the big thing that conspiracy theorists bring up is the fact that we haven't gone back since the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we didn't go back.
Good point.
He's like, the only reason we went was to beat Russia.
Yeah.
It was literally the only reason we went was to beat Russia, because Russia's like, we're going to the moon. We're like, fuck you, we're going to the fucking moon.
We're going to do it first, goddammit.
And we were actually like, we were losing to Russia. They were the first in space. They were the first to orbit the Earth.
Oh, yeah.
They sent that dog.
They were the first ones to send anything into space and retrieve it. And they beat us in everything space related until we were like, we made the fucking moon. Our flag.
Stamp.
Sad thing, that flag, everyone pictures the American flag still sitting up there stiff it fell down.
Oh, it fell down?
Yeah, when they went to go take off, they had planted the flag too close to their
so
the lunar
thruster?
landers. Yeah, the thruster sent it out, and one of the astronauts said he watched it fall down as they took off. But
Oh, at least it's still
it's
there.
not a super public thing because they're like, it makes people comforted to know.
Oh,
that-
I saw that the footprint that he leaves is going to be there for over 300 million years.
I saw that as
Yeah.
well. That
if it doesn't get tampered with, yeah.
the moon doesn't have a lot of changes, but it has those micro asteroids that hit it.
Oh, yeah.
So that's how it erodes in very, very slow increments. So it doesn't have wind or water that totally changes our planet's topography every couple thousand years.
Right?
In regards to the conspiracy theory part, a lot of people say that their biggest problem is the film quality.
Yeah.
But what they don't realize is that the film that public gets to see is someone filming the film in NASA.
Yeah,
So
no one thought it was going to work, so they just pointed their cameras at a TV screen and filmed that.
Yeah.
So the film everyone sees in public is just someone actually filming a television screen from the 70s or 60s or whatever, and so it's not.
Yeah.
It's not
And
some
if you've
piece-
ever filmed a TV screen with a camcorder, it looks like butt.
It looks like butt.
It's garbage. Don't do it. So it's getting around that time. We
It
got
is that
these
time.
buttons. You can hit them, slap them, diddle them, twiddle them, fiddle them. Comment below. Let us know what you think about some space, because it's fucking everywhere, and we like talking about it.
Everywhere.
Yeah, fucking goddamn space.
And as always, it's been bad.
But we'll be better next time.
Thank you.
Have a good one.